Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he probably was like, we don't want Kyrie to leave. Like, but if Kyrie said, I don't want to be here, he probably was like, fuck it, he don't want to be here.
You know, every time you play with LeBron, it's going to be a lot of media attention. It's going to be a lot of back and forth of narratives. It's going to be about a lot of spun narratives. It's going to be a lot of politics. It's going to be a lot of shit that a lot of people don't see in front of the camera.
Man, Bron dropped the marker and just lays back in his chair for about 10 minutes. Doesn't say a word, like just pissed off.
We've been listening to the same version for 8 straight years, like it was carved in stone, and now the cracks are showing fast. Tyronn Lue sat with Shannon Sharpe and painted this emotional movie scene. LeBron at his foundation event, marker dropping from his hand, sitting frozen for 10 whole minutes after hearing Kyrie got traded to Boston. Lue said the king was heartbroken, completely devastated. But this is exactly where the whole thing flips on its head. Jeff Teague just stepped in and blew that entire story to pieces. The former NBA guard, someone who actually understands how players operate when the cameras stop rolling, dropped a bomb that changes everything. Teague stared straight into the camera and said the part nobody wanted to admit. He probably don't care, bro. He probably don't give up, and then added, he was headed to LA anyway.
I come sit next to Bron. We sitting there, handling the phone, Sports Center. KyrieIrving's just been traded to the Boston Celtics. Man, Bron dropped the marker and just lays back in his chair for about 10 minutes. Doesn't say a word, like just pissed off. And Bron was crushed. And I saw when that happened, I thought things would I thought Bron would do something different, sooner than later. And that's what he did.
So you believe LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland had Kyrie stayed in Cleveland?
Yes, I think so.
Damn.
And Teague wasn't done. He tore down this fake idea that NBA teammates are always tight off the court, saying they're professionals first, not family. When the lights cut off, it's a totally different world out there. He even admitted, like to be real, like playing basketball, you really don't care about other people. You honestly don't. LeBron's situation hits different, bro. And this ain't guesswork. This is coming from someone who's actually been in those locker rooms and understands how things really move behind the scenes. But hold on, it gets even louder. Rob Parker, the same dude who's never scared to call out LeBron, has been hinting at this moment for years. Parker's been saying LeBron's emotions look calculated. His reactions feel staged, and nothing ever seems fully natural with him. He's been pushing that idea nonstop, claiming LeBron's big moments often feel like performances, not pure emotion. Now look at the evidence we've all ignored. Kyrie himself jumped on a Twitch stream and laid it out plain.
I'm starting to believe, I know LeBron get people traded, but I don't think he be knowing everything. Like, sometimes he be like, he probably don't care, bro. Like, to be real, like playing basketball, you really don't care about other people.
When you're playing with somebody like Bron, it's a different animal. It's a different journey. He explained how once you team up with LeBron, you're expected to sit at the very top of the charts, top of the league. Every game with him comes with heavy media pressure, non-stop narratives, and layers of politics nobody sees on camera. And once you line up the timeline, everything snaps into place. LeBron knew the Warriors with Kevin Durant were untouchable. He saw Cleveland's title window close right in front of him. And according to Teague, LeBron wasn't losing sleep over anything. He said the part that shook everybody, "I'm going to LA anyway." It's like the king had his whole exit plan ready before Kyrie even asked out, almost like he'd already packed in his mind. But here's the part that'll flip your whole brain upside down. What if LeBron actually wanted Kyrie gone?
Like, when he go home, he probably like, hey man, we need this person, we need that person.
Yeah.
And then after a while, he probably like, I don't give. All right, bro.
Think about it. LeBron needed someone to take the blame once Cleveland ran into that unstoppable Warriors super team. And what storyline fits better than my co-star abandoned me?
Like, to be real, like playing basketball, you really don't care about other people. You honestly don't. Mook, you know that.
No, we don't. But Bron, his situation a little different.
That angle gives him cover for every loss coming his way and sets up his move to LA as the story of a misunderstood star who got betrayed. Ty Lue claimed LeBron begged Kyrie to stay, even comparing it to another Kobe and Shaq situation. But what if Lue was the only one doing any begging? What if LeBron was sitting back, planning out his own escape while letting Kyrie catch all the smoke for breaking up a championship squad?
Once again, if he had enough rings to be considered the greatest, it would be okay. This is a typical LeBron. He doesn't feel like he's going to get there, and that's going to be held against him, so now he's going to downplay the ring. He's talking about winning rings, because that's what he wanted to win.
Yeah, that sounds way more realistic when you start connecting the dots. Let's dig deeper, because the more you study this timeline, the stranger it gets. This is the same LeBronJames who choreographed The Decision in 2010, who helped build the Miami Super Team, who timed his Cleveland return perfectly with that Sports Illustrated letter. This man never makes a move without a blueprint.
So he's had AD and Luka on his squad, and he's 2-12 in the NBA playoffs. And he looked all of 40 last night. I got one message to LeBron James. A, you deserve all of this because you keep messing around with the teammates, the roster. At least you won a championship with AD. Messing around with the roster, messing around with the coaches. Told Darvin Ham, who took you to the Western Conference Finals and won an in-season tournament, you'll hang a banner. He was no good. You get your podcast partner, J.J. Redick, with no experience.
Now check what insiders said was going on in Cleveland that final year. Kyrie was getting more and more frustrated with the team dynamics. But here's the wild part nobody brings up. How did LeBron react to that frustration? Did he step in and fight to keep his championship partner? Did he pull Kyrie aside for that real leader to star talk? Or did he just sit back and let the whole thing fall apart right in front of him? Because if he stayed silent on purpose, that changes everything. This is where the whole thing turns wild. Jeff Teague's revelation about pro athletes not caring about teammates the way fans imagine suddenly makes perfect sense when you line it up with LeBron's history.
You're playing with somebody like Bron or somebody that you guys like to compare him to. It's a different animal. It's a different journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're automatically expected to be at the top of the charts, the top of the league. You know, every time you play with Bron, it's going to be a lot of media attention. It's going to be a lot of back and forth of narratives. It's going to be about a lot of spun narratives. It's going to be a lot of politics. It's going to be a lot of shit that a lot of people don't see in front of the camera.
This is the same dude who switched teams 4 different times with perfect timing, always making moves that boost his brand and protect his legacy. But here's where it gets straight up diabolical. Teague also pointed out something everyone skipped over. He said LeBron already knew his plans anyway, like going to LA. That means this wasn't some emotional reaction to Kyrie leaving.
The reason why I say I would have loved to play with Kobe, because I would have loved to have started my career.
But that's like another Kobe and Shaq situation. I would never let it happen.
You're right.
Like, and I begged and pleaded. You know, Kobe.
LeBron said he begged and pleaded, said, hey, don't trade him. He still got a year on his contract. Don't trade him.
Bron was doing an autograph signing with jerseys and stuff for his foundation. So I come sit next to Bron. We sitting there, handing the phone, Sports Center. KyrieIrving's just been traded to the Boston Celtics. Man, Bron dropped the marker, and just lays back in his chair for about 10 minutes. Doesn't say a word, like just pissed off. And Bron was crushed. And I saw when that happened, I thought things would I thought Bron would do something different, you know, sooner than later, and that's what he did.
So you believe LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland had Kyrie stayed in Cleveland?
Yes, I think so.
It was premeditated. LeBron was already plotting his Hollywood chapter while publicly acting like Cleveland's loyal hometown star. And here comes the smoking gun nobody brings up. Remember how fast LeBron's camp leaked that emotional story about him being crushed? Hours after the trade, the world suddenly had this polished tale of him dropping a marker and sitting frozen in silence. That's not some raw, off-the-cuff moment. That's a carefully packaged narrative built for sympathy.
Because no matter how much money you got, no matter how famous you are, no matter how many people admire you, at the end of the day, being a black man in America is very frightening, and it lets us know that we got so much further to go to be equal in this country.
LeBron James is not smart. He's a basketball player. He's reveling in pretending to be a victim. He hasn't been a victim at any point in his lifetime.
People, that's damage control at its highest level. Nothing about that speed feels natural. Think about it logically. If he was truly devastated, would his first instinct be to let his camp leak emotional details to the media? Or would he process it quietly like any regular person would? The pace of that rollout screams strategy. This was a PR shield deployed before the story could twist in another direction. Rob Parker has been calling out these staged LeBron moments for years, showing how planned they always seem. From one of the biggest stars on the planet,
LeBronJames has got to be pissed. We all know KyrieIrving got traded to the Dallas Mavericks, but when you see that trade package, you'd think the Lakers were able to get it done. The Mavericks traded Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first-round pick in 6 years in 2029, and a couple second-round picks. And they landed KyrieIrving. They got Luka, their second star. I know LeBron's about to be pissed because this seems very realistic. Something LeBron and the Lakers could have figured out. And who knows, AD, LeBron, and Kyrie, they might have been able to win a championship this year.
Parker argues LeBron's reactions are performances built to keep his public image spotless. When Parker says LeBron doesn't want criticism, he's tapping into a deeper truth. Every story around him is crafted, curated, and polished to keep him looking like the misunderstood hero everyone's supposed to root for. Cleveland might have told one story, but let's flip this whole script and study Kyrie's side for a second. Because in his recent reveals, Irving dropped something absolutely chilling. He said, "When I'm done playing, you guys will hear the real story." What real story? What has he been holding back all these years? What secrets from that Cleveland locker room has he protected for nearly a decade?
There's video evidence of my teammates basically saying, like,
I don't think you can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that. You just hop on our bandwagon.
he's not ready, or there's...
We have better players than him in his position already on our team, bro.
Or there's somebody playing his position, or we're not putting all our faith in the 18-year-old kid. My own teammates that I had to, like, be on the floor with, practicing with, on the planes with. Like you said, you don't say hate, but just like animosity towards me. And I didn't come in with that type of aura. I just wanted to come in and learn from the vets and then put the work in.
Kyrie admitting there was a lot of stuff that people don't see in front of the camera hints at something way deeper than regular team drama. It suggests the behind-the-scenes tension was real, serious, and never shared with the public. Was LeBron's leadership tougher than anyone imagined? Were there power battles that went way beyond basketball? Was Kyrie pushed out by a situation that had become flat-out suffocating?
That Kyrie found out that after they won the championship, LeBron wanted Kyrie traded for Chris Paul.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, right? Wanted him traded. And I think that he found this out, and it cut him deep, and there's no trust. This makes sense on why Kyrie would want to move on and want to move away from the greatest player on the planet.
And don't forget, this is the same Kyrie who hit the most iconic shot in Cavaliers history, delivered their first and only championship, and had every reason to stay and build a dynasty. Players don't just walk away from a championship core unless something behind closed doors is truly out of control. Kyrie's one of the best ball handlers ever, a top-tier talent, and even he bounced. That should tell you how heavy things must have felt.
And I applaud Kyrie. I think this is if this trade does happen and he gets to go to another team, I will give him a lot of credit for bucking the trend that LeBron started, which is piling up, going to play with all these super teams just to win a championship. Here's a guy saying, first of all, I have a championship in my pocket. And he didn't hitch onto LeBron's wagon to get it. He made the big shot to win that championship for Cleveland.
But here's the scariest part about all this. The media's full cooperation in protecting the LeBron as the victim storyline. For 8 straight years, sports journalists pushed that narrative without questioning a single detail. No one challenged the timeline. No one explored LeBron's real intentions. No one asked what actually went down inside that Cleveland locker room. They accepted the story instantly. Hook, line, and sinker. Why? Because challenging LeBron's version means challenging the entire sports media machine that lives off these polished narratives and safe storylines.
Shout out to Bron for all that, man. Knows how to stir up a media storm and get everybody in here talking about us. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future and getting this series started now.
For content creators, it's always easier to push a simple betrayal story than expose the messy reality of calculated moves. And that's why Jeff Teague stepping up and telling the truth feels revolutionary. He's breaking that quiet code that protects superstar images. When he says players don't really care about other people, he's not being negative. He's being real about how the top level of pro sports actually works. The hidden angle here is straight-up genius-level manipulation. LeBron gets to play the victim, protect his legacy as the guy who was abandoned, dodge responsibility for those Cleveland losses, and still punch his ticket to Hollywood right on schedule. And now the basketball world is losing its mind over these revelations. Fans who spent 8 years feeling bad for LeBron are suddenly questioning everything. Social media is blowing up with people saying they feel played, that they swallowed a story designed to protect LeBron's image while letting Kyrie take all the heat. Lakers fans are split, some defending their superstar, others admitting the whole thing feels off. Cavs fans feel double-crossed. First Kyrie bounced, then LeBron left, and now they're wondering if the whole breakup was just stage theater from the start. And if Teague is telling the truth, the impact is massive. It means we completely misread one of the biggest breakups in NBA history. It means LeBron's move to LA wasn't some desperate reaction from a hurt superstar. It was a calculated move by someone who knew exactly what he wanted and exactly when to take it. Ty Lue believes LeBron would have stayed in Cleveland if Kyrie stayed too. But Teague's reveal makes that sound like pure fiction, a story built to protect the King's image while hiding his real intentions.
Top 5 best handles of all time.
You gonna put Kyrie in there? Kyrie's the best, bro.
LeBron was heading to LA no matter what, and Kyrie's trade request just handed him the perfect excuse to make it look clean. And that's exactly why both of them have been way too careful with their public comments ever since. Kyrie later said, "I had to call Braun and tell him I apologize for being that young player that wanted everything at his fingertips." But was that real remorse? Or just another piece added to a storyline designed to protect both their images? The truth getting revealed now is way uglier than anyone expected. Jeff Teague just exposed what might be the biggest lie in modern NBA history, and it flips everything we thought we knew about loyalty, friendships, and behind-the-scenes power plays in pro sports. LeBronJames, maybe the greatest master of controlling narratives, might have pulled off his most impressive move ever. Not with a basketball, but in the court of public opinion. He turned a calculated career decision into a sympathy act that made the entire basketball world feel sorry for him, while he slid straight into Los Angeles with everything he wanted. A move to LA with his reputation spotless. That's the real win here. And now the question isn't whether Kyrie and LeBron will ever team up again. It's whether fans can ever trust anything these superstars say about their real emotions ever again. Hit that subscribe button if you want the raw truth about the NBA's biggest stories, not the polished version the league hopes you believe.